In the Final Fantasy franchise, characters called goblins are used as an easy to defeat introductory opponent for old players, doing little damage with their blows. But actual goblins, first described in the Middle Ages, are said to be much more dangerous. They are small, mischievous or evil, and love to steal your stuff, especially gold and jewels. It is said that goblins possess magical powers similar to those of a fairy or a demon. Here are top 10 goblins caught on camera and spotted in real life. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. Real goblin caught in Barbados. A goblin is a monstrous creature of European folklore, first attested in stories from the Middle Ages. They are almost always small and grotesque, mischievous or outright evil and greedy, especially for gold and jewelry. They often have magical abilities similar to a fairy or demon. This video was filmed in Barbados. The video shows two people have an encounter with an unknown creature. Could it be a goblin? When one of the boys making the mobile camera recording in the area with the trees. It's a well-lit area, so no one suspects anything of being over there once they begin walking over there. However, something appears in the woods of nowhere, and he begins walking towards the darkness. It appears to be a small goblin-like creature hidden in area and making some noises. If they can get a better view of what they just saw, they don't quite catch up or see the creature ever again. But the boys do leave baffled, wondering if they just saw a small goblin-like creature. A mysterious goblin sighting. In this interesting video, uploaded by YouTube user Mary Sampras in August 2016, a videographer is filming a woman pointing a camera back at him or her. Always a neat trick. But the attempt at a clever feedback loop of camera on camera is soon forgotten, as a mysterious small red-clad creature is found quickly scurrying behind a tree. Moments later, what may be a goblin or a gnome is seen potentially camouflaging itself in the tall weeds and foliage, imitating plant life in predator-like fashion, but with its humanoid shape still visible. The woman with camera turns and walks casually away from the creepy sight, acting at home. The goblin walking at home. This one might be closer to a leprechaun with the broad shoulders in the way it's walking, but it's still terrifying nonetheless. We see someone filming from the second floor of what we assume is somewhere in South America. The camera starts out with a shot of their dog in the film and they quickly pan down to the floor level, where a little girl is playing on her bike. She walks over to the side of the house to pick something up, and as she's walking back, we see a small creature that looks like a goblin or leprechaun casually strolling through as if he lived there. The little girl was obviously frightened, and the image of the small creature sent her running for cover. But the creature didn't seem to react to the child screaming. It just kept walking, as if it had somewhere to be. We have no idea where this was filmed or what the outcome of this video was, but it's still scary nonetheless, and we don't know if the creature was pursued, or if it just disappears behind the corner like others have in the past. The only thing we know for sure is that it definitely wasn't human. Goblin-like figure caught in Indonesia. A mysterious half-naked tribesman was seen running down a dirt track in Indonesia by a group of bikers. The small man was spotted near Banda Aceh, on the northern tip of the island of Sumatra. Some viewers guessed the man could be a member of the mythical goblin, who are said to be forest dwellers. The motorcyclists were traveling down the track when they saw the bald man leap out of the trees. The footage shows one of the bikers falling on the ground as the mystery figure runs away from the group. One of the bikers continues down the track in pursuit of the skittish man, who jumps into the bushes by the side of the road. The group stop at the spot where the man disappeared and look for him in the bushes. The grass is so high that they can no longer see the figure look like a goblin as he slipped into the trees behind. A couple of the motorcyclists venture into the bushes to try and see where the tribesman went and find the large stick he was carrying. The bald, half-naked man, seen holding a long spear-like stick goblin, encounters the riders and takes off running incredibly fast down the dirt road. The mysterious figure has sent the internet alight with theories ranging from the plausible to the bizarre. The running goblin on road. In what appears to be someone's backyard camera or security camera. It looks like another quiet night. Their backyard is lit perfectly well, and all we can see in the beginning of the video is a tree, some fencing, and some grass beyond the fence. However, things take a bit of a weird turn as some small objects smaller than the fence begin to run alongside the fence. It's hard to tell exactly what's running alongside the fence at first, and it appears to be about a dozen objects running in unison, dressed exactly the same with the same body type and appearance. Towards the end of the video, we can see a couple of objects fly over the fence and stop moving. There could be a simple explanation for this video. Perhaps it was a group of kids running, and two of the kids removed particles of clothing to throw them over the fence. But why are they running? And what are they running from? Why would two people randomly remove particles of clothing to throw them over a fence? There are so many questions in this video that just may never get answered. The tiny goblin. If you have children, please prepare yourself for this clip, as paranormal events involving little kids are always unnerving for parents. In the video, taken in Mexico and released in 2016 by the YouTube channel, a boy and his sister are playing with a football when suddenly a mysterious small creature, too upright and skinny to be a cat or a dog, runs through the doorway, immediately frightening the young boy. The image is so fleeting that no positive identification can be made as to whether a real-life goblin has infested the children's playroom. However, paranormal scientists know that poltergeists and other telekinetic activity can be especially active around the young, meaning that the so-called creature captured on video could actually be an inanimate object mysteriously brought to life. A goblin sighting at night. While the kids were out playing soccer at night in a quiet town in an area of Chile or Argentina, they were having fun laughing among each other and playing a nice friendly game of soccer. However, when one of the boys kicks the ball over to the area with the trees, it's a well-lit area, so no one suspects anything of being over there once they begin walking over there. However, something appears out of nowhere and begins walking towards the darkness. It appears to be a small goblin-like creature wearing a robe and a hoodie. No one's quite sure what to make of the creature, and the kids begin following the creature to see if they can get a better view of what they just saw. They don't quite catch up or see the creature ever again, but the boys do leave baffled, wondering if they just saw a small person wearing a robe, and if it was in fact a person, why was it walking the way that it was? Why did it not speak? And why was it out in the middle of the night walking alone in a dangerous place? The moving goblin. In this security home video or a hallway video, we are not exactly sure where this video comes from, but the video is straight to the point. The only thing we see in the image is some weird limping creature that seems to be holding something in its right or left hand. We can't tell if the back or front is turned towards us, and it appears to be limping as it moves to the right of the frame. It almost moves as if it's a doll that's being strung along in perfect rhythm, but that would take some serious coordination to pull off, which makes us think it's not so much a doll as it is another worldly creature that can't be explained by science. Or is it there's really no information available on this thing that seems to move with a limp, other than that the video footage is a little grainy and it doesn't look like anything logical we can identify. Goblin in the woods. When a video starts out in the woods, you know it's probably not going to go well or end with a happy ending. We are not sure exactly where these people are filming, but they appear to be walking around in the woods and stumble upon an abandoned structure or perhaps someone's home. They start to approach the home and they notice something a little peculiar. They take a look at one of the pillars of the building and they appear to spot something that's truly frightening. A little creature peers around the corner of the pillar and then quickly goes back behind the pillar, quickly disappearing into the shadows. While the video isn't perfect quality, it looks like an image of a person that's really small. They try to follow the creature and slowly pan the camera around the edge of the pillar to see if they can still catch a glimpse of the creature, but it's gone with no traces of anything behind the pillar. Now this is one of those things you have to take into account, as this could easily be faked, but nonetheless it is rather interesting. Do you think it's a computer generated person, since it looks so much like a person, or a real goblin? If you like my video, don't forget like and subscribe my channel. Let us comments below.